She's achieved far beyond than what a lot of women have ever achieved. She's created this huge legacy that she's allowing us all to follow. For her to stand on her platform and tell the world honestly that she enjoyed wrestling me, like, that is wild to me.
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much for joining us once again. It's the first podcast of the year, and so we've got a huge guest on. Very excited for this one because we have got on the ATTACK Pro Wrestling Champion. It's Kanji. Kanji, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me back.
No, of course. I couldn't wait to get you back. Like, last time was a lot of fun, and you've just done so much since then. So what was, I think, like, looking at it to see what we'd covered last time, it was like March 2024. And so that's nearly 2 years ago now. And it's crazy what you've done in that amount of time. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, we're going to get into all of it because there's a lot to get through. But when you look back at your past year, like this first podcast of 2026 going out, when you look at your 2025, like, have you had time to soak in everything that you achieved in that year yet?
I feel like because so much happened and it kind of seemed like it just happened all at once. It wasn't like a gradual thing that happened. I feel like it does need time to reflect. So I think when I got to December and then I think about everything that I've actually done, it does amaze me. And I'm actually like so grateful that I got to do all of this stuff. Like, I got to go to Mexico and experience that, you know. I got to wrestle at like sellout shows and see some of the greatest wrestlers come over to England and wrestle with us. So I think I've had a very blessed 2025.
You really have. I should say straight off the bat that I did you a disservice in your intro because you're not only the ATTACK Pro champion, you're also the Resurgence champion.
Yeah.
And let's start with that because I know that people will be like, I know what people want to hear about. People want to hear about facing Mercedes, but let's start with Resurgence because last time we had you on was like a few months before you faced Chevs for the title. Like, I think at that point you didn't even know you were going to be facing Chevs. You didn't even know you were going to be getting that opportunity. But we spoke about how much Resurgence meant to you and how much they've supported you and helped your development. Like, first off, how much did that mean because of all of that to be facing Chevs, to win that title, to be in that spot in that moment against the opponent who I think is probably, if you ask people, your greatest opponent ever?
Well, we call each other our wrestling soulmates. And I think to be able to do it at Resurgence where the connection first started it's almost like a full circle kind of moment. So it was so nice to be able to have that chance to bring everything all together back at Resurgence, and for the title as well, because I think with the added thing on top, with a championship on top, that means something so much to both of us. It it adds so much to the story and our characters as well, other than just like this is the last time. And there's that added pressure, I guess. Um, but it was so fun because it's like we wasn't going into this match just thinking about Resurgence matches that we've had together and the story we've had there. Because I think from having that one match at Resurgence, we was able to have matches all around England from different companies. And that all came because we had such a great connection at Resurgence that everyone was talking about it. So everyone obviously saw that and thought, oh, well, let's bring it over here. Let's do it here. Let's do it here. So we kind of took the story from us wrestling everywhere to bring it back to where it first started. And that was our story. So it was amazing to be able to just like talk and work together to be able to bring that all together in one. So I was really happy. And I think the fans that experienced that moment, I think it was a huge thing for Resurgence to be able to do that.
It really was. I remember being in that room and like, I very rarely have heard a reaction like that because it was like you say, it was the culmination of the story and it was the fact that it felt like, but for you personally, it felt like everything had been leading to that moment. Like everything had been leading to you holding that belt And like when it happened, I think everyone was just like so happy, like so like I think there was the impression that like everyone knew it was going to happen,
Yeah.
but like they were still just as excited as if it had been like a surprise pop. Oh, whoa, she did it, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, almost like she finally did it.
Exactly.
I feel like it's almost like the Cody Rose, like, finished the story.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It felt like it was like your destiny to win that title, and now you have it. And like I think people are just so happy about that. And again, like you say, it's like it was. Let's say for now the last match at Resurgence between you and Chevs, but like I feel like it's never going to be the last match between you and Chevs.
I mean,
Like,
I
I
hope
think we're going to be here in like 30 years, and you guys are still going to be wrestling, and it'll be like one last time.
one last time.
Okay.
I hope so. I mean, that's the dream.
That's what we want. I think that's it. I think, like you say, like I know that, like you say is that everyone else says like wrestling soulmates. I think like there's no more perfect term for it because you guys just click so well, and the story you told again over years has been incredible. Like, what is it about? I guess that relationship, not but like just the relationship you have in the ring, but like whether you speak out of it and stuff. Like, what is it about that relationship that's made you two so compatible in the ring for all these years?
I don't know what it is because I think when you look from the outside of who Chevs is and the things that she's into in comparison to who I am and what I'm into, we're the complete opposite. Like she's into like deathmatch wrestling and hardcore stuff, and her style and what she looks like and how she dresses is so different to anything that I do and that I'm into. So really it shouldn't work. But I think when I speak to her, she has like such a huge heart. Um and she speaks so deeply about people and not just wrestling, but the way she speaks about people is not just, oh, I love this person, I love this person. She's able to find almost like spiritual things about certain people, which makes it think like there's so much more to her than, you know, what you see on the outside and this really tough, extreme wrestler. And I think that's what brings us so close together. She's so passionate, you know, so loving, really.
It really is like, again, like the sort of opposites attract kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. But like the heart is so pure, and I feel
Mm.
like that's it, you know?
That's the thing. That's the connection, isn't it? It's the opposites attract, but the wrestling is the connection, and the way you feel about people and like what you're doing is the thing that brings you together.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that's it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that, and that was a great moment. And let's talk about that year because again, you've had a great year everywhere. But Resurgence, what 4 title defenses, 4 victories?
think so. It's been a few.
You faced Crowley twice, didn't you?
Yeah.
Crowley twice, and then Jay, and then Bunny. 4 defenses, yeah.
It's been tough.
Great. Yes, but it's not been an easy run. I tell you what, but you still got the belt. As was,
Yeah.
you still got the belt, and you got Cara Noir next. So another easy one. Yeah? Another keep it simple.
Yeah, I think the the fact that I've got Cara next is wild to me. Um, because I feel like obviously Cara's not been here for a while. So this is almost like the return
Mm.
of Cara Noir. And from the very beginning, it seemed like Cara Noir was the face of Resurgence. Um, and he was like the standard, you know, that everyone needed to reach that point of where Cara was, because Cara was Resurgence. So for him to have all this time off and everybody working so hard to reach that point where he was, and then for him to come back, and we're almost like in a new era of Resurgence. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see this new Cara come into this new era of Resurgence. I think it's been really interesting, and it's really exciting because I have wanted to work hard for a long time. Like, I think I remember it during COVID at the Progress tapings, and I was talking to other people saying, "Oh, I'd love to wrestle Cara. Like, imagine if we did it at Progress." So that was a whole dream that I really wanted to happen. Um, but to be able to do it at Resurgence, which we both hold Resurgence in such high regard, I think that's such a beautiful moment for us both.
Yeah. For sure. But how have you found the title run in terms of not chasing the title for like the first time and like being the champ and having to defend it instead?
I feel like the matches I've had, especially the run with Crowley, um, and even to be fair, even the one with Bullet, I feel like they flowed so well in terms of story.
Mm.
So I feel like even though there was um like pressure on losing the title and or winning the title, I feel like the eyes was more on the story
Mm.
rather than focusing just on the title. Um, so I feel like in terms of that, I feel like they really made me work hard for this. But I feel like it not like the title is overshadowed, but I feel like it's been really nice because the focus has just been purely on story, and the journey of a character with a championship. Whereas I think the match with Jay that's a championship match. The
Mm.
title is on the line against these two wrestlers. Um,
But that became the story then. Like, that's the thing. Like, those two had the story going into it, the Bullet one, the Crowley one.
yeah.
And this one was like you say, was like just a match, and then it became the story because that match was so like. There are very few people I've spoken to who haven't said that's like a match of the year or like top 3 match of the year.
Wow.
Like everyone loved that match. So I did as well. I said it like doing like our end of year awards now as well. Like, and I always think like a great match is great to see live, but like when you can see a great match not live and still be hooked on every moment, I think that's when you know it's a fantastic match.
Yeah.
And that was that match for me. I'll be honest. Like that was like I was enthralled by that match.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Oh, like that, I knew it was gonna click. You know, what I mean, I was gutted I couldn't be there. I knew it was gonna click, you guys. But like, yeah, I don't know how you felt about it, but like, did you feel like it was that good when you were like in the ring?
I loved it. I really did. I think it was I think that's probably one of my top 5 matches where I've really been pushed, in terms of, like, intensity and, um, just, like, nonstop. It's just go, 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 go. Um, and I think as well because we had to think about the size difference in the match as well. Um Because even when I was wrestling Bullet, when they told me first I'm gonna be wrestling Bullet, I said, "How does this look? Like, how do we even do this and make it look real? Like, without it looking like he's giving me a chance."
Hmm.
Um, and I kinda went in the same thing with Jay, like, how because he's a big guy and he's strong, like, and to what like, he fresh out of a match with Ishii. Like, how do I wrestle against that, you know? I can't just rely with the fact that I'm champion of this company. Um, so it was so fun to put together and, like, even when I was in there because you just feel a moment and you feel like you are this character and you are the strongest in the ring. So I think it running with that and then when you come out afterwards and you think, "Oh, bloody hell, we just did that." And we went I don't know how long we went, maybe nearly half an hour. Um I was just so happy. I was really happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to run it back at Attack again.
I
Like,
know.
beautiful segue, and that one was for your title again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I love the one at Attack as well. I really loved it, and I think because that was the second one, so we know what we expect and how we wrestle and how we work. Um, I think I felt a lot more comfortable with the Attack match.
Hmm.
Um, but no, both of them were equally matched.
Did you have like an expectation going into because again, like speaking to Jay before, well, like again, yeah, before the match actually happened when we had him on the podcast, like, was there an expectation going into it? Because again, everyone had talked about how good the first one was. Was there like any chat between you two of like, how are we going to live up to that one?
Definitely, because he said it quite a few times, like, he wanted to reference the Resurgence match with, like, certain things in the Attack match, which I thought was really cool. Because then we've got that story that this is number 2. Um, so there were times where we were like we had a really cool thing at Resurgence and was like, how do we make this better? So it's just adding intensity to certain things and referencing what happened before. And I think that's what makes wrestling so great, especially because we've got such a tight community here, where it seems like fans are able to know everything and what you did everywhere because everyone is so supportive of British wrestling. So a lot of people that watched the J match would have watched the one at Resurgence. Um, so I think they would have picked up on the references as well, which makes it so much more fun.
Yeah, for sure. What about that ATTACK title? Again, that was the night before. James Ellis, another one that it felt like you've been chasing for a long time, and another one where, again, I don't know how it feels for you, but like I think of you, and I know you've done amazing work on RevPro this year. But I think of you, and I think Resurgence won, and then I feel like I think ATTACK second home
Rolls
because
of attack.
it feels like you're an honorary Welshman at this point.
Do you know what? I'm so surprised actually how welcoming the fans in Wales are to me. Um, and it kind of happened really soon. I can't remember what year it was, maybe 2019 I made my attack debut, but that was in London.
Mhm.
I think it was London, but it wasn't in Wales. Um, and then I hadn't been there since until um I came in like a couple of years ago. And then because they've used me consistently there, I have built up this like connection with the audience there. And so I feel so welcome there. It's incredible. And to come out and see regular faces that I see all the time, because people travel so far. So it literally makes you feel so much at home as well when you see certain people in the audience that you recognize. But honestly, I was thinking about this not long ago as well, actually, that I do feel like Resurgence is one of my biggest homes. And I do feel like Attack is not just with the audience, but the backstage community of it as well. It's such a beautiful place to be a part of. I love it so much.
Yeah, and I imagine again because of that, that title win must have meant a lot to you as well. Yeah, again, it felt like the one you were chasing. It felt like after the Resurgence one, it was like, right, this has got to be next on the list. This has got to be done.
Do you know what? I never thought it would ever happen. Like it
Really?
wasn't even in my brain because I like the people that has held that belt is crazy. Like the history of Attack is unreal. And I know we kind of like touched upon it with when I wrestled Eddie Dennis, which is wild, like I wrestled him. But I just thought that's the closest I'm ever gonna get. Because I had like the 24/7, I was in the line of the 24/7 belt. Um, and then it just kind of built from there. I don't know if I was a plan from the start or if it kind of just like happened because the support was there. But I had no idea that this was ever going to happen. So the fact that it's here and I have this belt that is so heavy and massive, it's crazy, honestly.
It's a big belt.
It's huge.
Not just in Brit Rest. It's just generally. It's just a.
It's just big.
But that's brilliant. It's amazing. And again, that was a chaotic match as well. Like to go from that match again to the second J match. I mean, you must have been knackered that weekend.
I was exhausted. Really was exhausted. But honestly, I think that's afterwards when I was thinking about it on the way home on the Sunday, because I had like an amazing match with Rain on the Sunday as well that I was so proud of. It was very different to the other two, but I loved it so much and I love Rain. Um, I was just thinking, I think that's one of my best weekends in wrestling that I've had for years.
Yeah.
Um,
That's another one, isn't it? You're building up trilogies, aren't you? Really, because that's another one that needs a endpoint, right? Because you beat her at Attack, and then she beat you at Progress. We need a rubber match here somewhere.
I know we need something because I love wrestling Rain. I think she's fantastic.
She's great, isn't she? She's
Yeah.
great. I mean, again, time of recording this, I don't know. There's a lot of talk about Rain, about where she's going to be in the next few months, and
I
like
mean, she's destined for greatness. So.
she deserves it, doesn't she? Like I've never known someone come into the scene so quickly and have such a quick rise.
Well, she's just got it.
Yeah,
So she was born for this.
she walks out and it's aura, like complete.
100%. 100%. I mean, she don't even have to wrestle and we're already hooked. She's so cool.
Yeah, she is. She's a vibe. She's a vibe. Like big up to her. Any success she has, like ever, is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. But again, I need to talk to you about that because again, like I saw a joke about it, but like what is it with you and building like wrestling soulmates? Because again, you have Chevs, and that's the big one. But now it feels like Jay is one. And then again, based on my hoodie, ceasefire, it feels like Jordon Breaks is your third one as well.
Yeah, I like
Like,
Jordan.
because again, like we had Gio on, we had Jordan on as well, both talking about those trilogy of matches you had at ceasefire. And like I didn't know until Jordan told me that like I know Gio told me that you guys had never actually met until that first match.
No.
Mental, because the match you put on was incredible. You think you've known each other years.
I know. I think I'd met him once when I feel like it's when he wrestled Zach, but it was like at a distance, so I wasn't actually able to introduce myself, but I saw him live for the first time there.
No way, were you at that show when he faced Zach?
I think so. It was either that or like another time where I saw him, but I didn't actually say hello to him. But I remember being so amazed by what I was watching with him wrestling. So I was like, I've never seen anything like this. Um, it's just so much skill in the ring. And because I absolutely love technical wrestling, and I just think there's so much skill to it. It's like, how do you even figure that out? Like, you understand the body so well to be able to do that. So I've always been mesmerized by him. But yeah, when we wrestled for the first time at Ceasefire, that was the first time we actually ever spoke and properly met.
Mental. That's incredible. And that trilogy was great. And now you're a tag team.
We're a tag team. It just works, doesn't it? It makes sense.
It's weird how that works, isn't it? First match, banger. Second match, yeah, do the rubber match, great, incredible. And then, oh yeah, let's just team up. Let's just be like a tag team of the like two of the best technical wrestlers in the country.
It just works, doesn't it?
It makes sense. It does. It
It
does.
makes sense.
And again, like that trilogy as well, like you just like the chemistry was just there from the start. It was incredible. And the way you guys told that story as well, the way you told that story up until the final match, like was unbelievable.
I was so proud of that. I'm so proud of that.
Yeah. That's another one. That can continue. We can have a few more of those. That's whenever
Please.
whenever you want. Like
Please.
because again, like talking to Jordan, talking to Joe as well, like I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but like you know how highly people think of you. Do you know how highly people think of you? Like
Oh,
we have so many people on saying like that you're the best wrestler in the country and like top 5 in the world.
that's wild. Stop.
Like honestly, I'm not even trying to blow smoke up your ass. Like if we're talking purely indie, like Jay always sings your praises every time I talk to him, like on this or like even in like at shows. Like it feels like you're all he wants to talk about. Like just talks about how good you are all the time.
What? I love that. Oh, bless him.
Like Jay's lovely. Jay's a
He's
star. But like,
amazing.
yeah, like you're seen so highly on this thing. And like again, I don't want to say it to like embarrass you or anything, but like I just want to know like again, we spoke about it last year, like when you came on, but like obviously you've been through a lot before like the past sort of like year and a half. And you'd had a lot of injuries and like been on and off inside the ring.
Yeah.
Like how would that Kanji see you now? Like if you'd have told that Kanji who was like toying with, oh, am I going to be able to keep doing this? Like what would that Kanji say now, looking at everything you've done?
Um, I feel like I got to a point with when it came to the injuries that, um, like the first one, because I've had like the few little ones, but then when it came to breaking my arm for the first time, I remember thinking like, this can't happen again. But because of the support from my family, of them not even saying, oh, maybe you should start thinking about doing something else. Doctors and everybody was saying, maybe you should think about doing something else. But the first thing my mum said when I told her I broke my arm she says, you'll be back in the ring in no time. So that's when I was like, oh my God, like she'd got no doubt at all. So that meant I had no doubt. Um, but when I broke it the second time, because the recovery was so tough and so painful, um, like physically and mentally and emotionally, it was so tough. And I broke it the second time. I really thought like, I can't do this again. Like I really can't go through all of that ever again. It's just too much. Um, but still my family was so supportive. And then I even was listening to like wrestling fans and workers saying, honestly, you're going to get through this and you'll be back in the ring in no time. And it meant so much. And it does help. Um, and so I remember thinking, yeah, like I'm still going to go for it. Like I just, this can't happen again. So the risk was always there. Um, and then with my back injury, that was even worse. Um, and that worried me more, I think, in comparison to the arm, because it's your spine. So dangerous to be messing around with that. Um, but I always thought, like, in my head, it was always like, this can't happen again. If it happens again, I might have to start thinking about other things. So I think that old me would be so proud that I've almost like adapted my style to make it safer
Mm.
in um in concerns with the injuries to my arm. And I've adapted my style to make sure I'm not taking any unnecessary bumps that could injure my spine with what I did last time. But I think they'd be so proud with that. The new style I've adapted to is working so well, and it makes me so happy. Like I love like the style that I do now, and it gives me so much joy to be actually doing it and learning constantly with it. And I really do feel like I really found my element in wrestling now.
Yeah.
Whereas I think back then maybe I was like, oh, I'm doing this because other people are doing this. You know, this is the in thing. Whereas now I'm doing it because I love this type of wrestling. So I'm just so happy, and I think they'd be happy that I'm so happy now.
I love that. I love that. And again, I feel like that has been part of your story. I think that's the reason, like, not just wrestlers, but like fans as well love you so much, is because like we know what you've been through to
Yeah.
get to this point. And I think that like it just makes your story all the more like amazing to follow,
Yeah.
because you did go through a lot. I felt like there were times, again, I've spoken to so many people where like it's been like even like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where it was like, oh, if Kanji hadn't had all these injuries, she'd be one of the best in the country. And now you've been injury free and you are one of the best in the country. And
Oh,
that's just proven that. All you needed was that consistency and you got it and you're proving it now.
I hope so.
You are. Hope for nothing else, but like you've been smacking it and it is incredible to see. I mean, like,
Very much.
yeah, then it all, like, not all leads to, but then you get the big tournament, then you get the match with Mercedes. And that was huge. Like that felt like the moment that announced you to more than just the British wrestling scene.
Yeah.
And that felt like it really like pushed you like into that upper tier, that like bigger bracket where like everyone's now paying attention. Because Mercedes puts you over like crazy as well. Like
I know. It's
it
wild.
beats you. Like,
It's proper wild, honestly. So that means, like, I know it's amazing to hear, like, people really close to you saying, like, oh, like, you're so good, you're great, and love the way you do these things. Like, that's what I think keeps you going as well and keeps you wanting to learn more. Keeps you motivated anyway. But to be able to hear someone at the standard of Mercedes Mone, who's done things that no one else has done. She's achieved far beyond than what a lot of women have ever achieved. Um, like she's created this huge legacy that she's allowing us all to follow. So for her to stand on her platform and tell the world honestly what that she enjoyed wrestling me, like that is wild to me. It's so wild. So yeah.
how are you feeling in that moment? Like before the match, like before the first bell, how are you feeling when she's walking to the ring and you're watching?
I was so nervous, which is because I knew how much of a big deal this was. I knew it. Not just for me, but for British wrestling. That this is her first British independent wrestling match. And I had that opportunity to welcome her into our scene, um, and give her the best start. Like that was all on my shoulders. Um, but I think I had all this and I knew all this was in my head. Um, but I'm constantly in this battle of saying, you have all this pressure, but at the end of the day, you're in this position for a reason. Um, And I am confident with when I'm in the ring, it's like the pressure goes out of my head and I'm just in this zone of I am now Kanji. I'm a professional wrestler and this is what I do. Um, so the pressure kind of leaves, but seeing her come into the ring and just hearing her music so loud and seeing everybody up on their feet come into the barriers just to see if they can get a good picture or just a touch. I'm like, this is insane. She's a superstar, an absolute superstar. And she's here in England at RevPro working with us. Like, this is when you think of like superstars in WWE and AEW, like this is it, and she's here. It's
Yeah.
huge.
And it's the thing, isn't it? It's like they so rarely, those stars so rarely get the chance to be not just over here, but like anywhere else in Europe, any other indies like in America or Japan or whatever, and like putting other people over and like giving other people those opportunities.
Yeah.
I feel like you say, like that run she's had with all these belts has like not only elevated her as like the belt collector, but also elevated everyone else that she's got to face because
Yeah.
they've had the experience to be in the ring with her.
Yeah, exactly. And it gives, I think people as I see people online saying like negative things about it to say like, oh, she's wrestled for this belt, she's got this belt, but nobody's watching them now. But the thing is like people are watching them now. It might not be the whole world, but at the same time, you can't just be thinking about that. You've got to think about the confidence it's given that one person and that one company and their community of fans. Like the amount of motivation and passion it's given them and drive, like that in itself is far bigger than what um Mercedes Mone's haters are trying to say, like, oh, nobody's watching them and she's just trying to put herself over. It's wrong. Like they are wrong because the amount of confidence it gave us and me and the women's division at Rev Pro. I mean, in fact, the women's division in the UK, it gave us so much more passion, drive, and confidence of her coming here. It's incomparable to anything else. So it was worth it. And she is welcome back anytime.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, you know it. You know it. And that's like, well, I mean, I was gonna say it's a shame she's not welcome back with the title now. Is
Yeah.
that's the one I think. That's like we might look at in a few months and be like, that's the one to go away. That's the match that could have been Wembley.
Could have been Wembley.
Still can be Wembley, just not for the belt.
Possibly. I hope she comes back, obviously. I think, obviously, with the match with Alex Windsor on AEW, it's incredible. The reaction for the win that Alex got was insane. And she had such a beautiful moment at the end of that match when she won. Um, and I think that is what wrestling's all about when you see those reactions and you feel it. And like, you saw how happy Alex was. I think she was shocked, like, "Wow, this has just happened." But I think the reaction of the fans was incredible. Um, but it just the bittersweet thing about it is I just hope that Mercedes comes back. Like, I think that's the saddest thing, like, is this the end of the Mercedes Mone era at Rev Pro? And I just really hope it's not.
Hopefully it's not. Fingers crossed. What if I were to be a bit cheeky and put you on the spot now and say we'll say nothing changes in the Red Pro landscape for another 7 months, which we know isn't going to be true because that Andy's not going to let that happen. But let's say 7 months time, Wembley Arena. If we're talking, would you rather like if I gave you the option now of Kanji versus Mercedes Mone 2 at Wembley Arena, or Kanji versus Alex Windsor for the Red Pro Women's Championship? Which would you pick?
I think I think wrestling Mercedes Moné means I don't want to put any disrespect on the championship, Rev Pro championship, because I feel like that belt means so much to Britain.
Mm.
I think it's so prestigious in our wrestling scene, the British scene. So I would never want to put any disrespect on that. But I feel like the experience of working with someone like Mercedes Mone is something that doesn't come around often enough as the RevPro Championship could. So I would never ever pass an opportunity to work with her ever again. Like I would never.
Yeah. And if we're being honest, you could be the champion by that point. Like, I'm sure you've already got eyes on Alex. Like, you could be, by the time Wembley Arena comes around, you could be the champ.
Maybe in this time, I guess. She is a superstar though, so I think getting getting our hands on the championship or getting our hands on Alex Windsor is just as hard as probably getting our hands on Mercedes Mone at this minute.
Yeah.
I mean, she just made her Stardom debut, and she's a superstar.
She is. When are we getting? When is Kanji going out to Japan? That's I see so many people asking that. When is this happening?
I ask every day. I ask it every day. It's my dream.
This needs to happen. This
No.
like that would be again like I can't. Well, I'm sure you've still got quite a few things on your bucket list, but I imagine that's got to be high up there.
Oh, 100%. It's the one that I always talk about. That's the one, like, I've even been considering in, like, taking a year out of, like, everything at home just to focus on trying to get out to Japan. Just so I have the whole year to be like, "I'm gonna work hard for this and get there." So maybe I'm just not working hard enough on making connections for there. Maybe I just need to focus more on trying to get there, but do you know what? I would never complain because 'cause I'm so happy here on the British indie scene, and I know for a lot of independent wrestlers when they go over to Japan, they're over there for maybe 3 months, and to be away from the British scene for 3 months is a long time, and I think that is actually quite heartbreaking. So I would never ever wanna lose a connection with our community here, and I think being away for that long, there is a huge risk of losing that. Um,
I wouldn't say so for you. I'll be real. I wouldn't say so for you.
Really?
I think if you were going out to Japan for 3 months, you wouldn't lose any momentum over here. People would still be watching over there to see what you're doing, waiting for you to come back. Genuinely, I don't think you'd lose any momentum.
Really?
I think like, people love you over here. You're so over, like everywhere.
I just love it here so much, and I know it's not just a comfort zone thing. Like, I love it, and I feel like I belong so much, and it's literally because of how tight our community is.
Mm.
And I think the biggest risk for me is losing that from being away for too long.
I don't think you'd lose it, but I understand what was it like when you went away for that few weeks for CMLL? How did you feel then?
I was absolutely fine because I knew it was only, like, 2 weeks.
Mm.
Um, so I didn't feel like I was m I was missing much here.
Was that another like pinch yourself moment?
Yeah, because that was unreal. Like, the stadiums there and the passion for professional wrestling over there is crazy.
Crowds are wild.
Yeah, they love it, and they're so serious. So serious. So, that was an experience, yeah.
Yeah. Like again, even like those moments that like I imagine you again you get told that you're getting that moment. I imagine that's a bit of a like
Yeah, because even when I was told that it's gonna happen, in my head, I was thinking, "That is awesome, but I'm not gonna cement it into my brain as something that is going to happen until I see it."
Mm.
So until I get the flights, until I get the visa, that's when I'm like, "Oh my god, it's happening." So I kinda held back on the belief just in case, because we've always gotta tell ourselves constantly that nothing is promised in wrestling. Um, Otherwise, you'll get upset over silly things, I
Mm.
think. Um, so I waited until the last minute to really accept that it's happening.
How
Um,
was it like being there with like I guess like in a different culture where like again you get out the ring and then it's like a different kind of day-to-day life for
yeah,
you, like than if you were just here.
yeah.
Where how is it adapting to that and then still sort of like focusing on your ring work and all that sort of stuff?
It was cool because we got time to train with we trained with Ultimo Guerrero, which was cool. And I got to train with quite a few other girls there as well. So it was nice to see them work so closely and to see how they respect the ring and respect their trainer, um, in comparison to how we would respect our ring and our trainer. And it's so nice that they're so respectable to everything in regards to wrestling. Um, but it was really tricky because they work the opposite side to us.
Mm.
But I did find comfort in we had Kaguma and Hazuki there. So they were struggling as well a little bit with working the other side. So I did feel like it's okay that I was struggling. And we found like the funny element of it. But because we got there, we got to train with everybody as well. I think that made us feel a bit more like home because we always say like wrestling is its own language. So even though we're not speaking the same language, wrestling was our language where we communicate with each other and built relationships up.
Yeah.
Um,
No, for sure. And I love that. Like, it was great seeing you out there. It's great seeing you like fly the flag and showcasing what you got and showing like again a different part of the world how good you are. Like, I thought that was incredible. Like, would I be right in assuming that again you were touted as like Kanji from like RevPro? Would I be right in assuming like Andy helped sort of like facilitate?
oh yeah, 100%. Because CMLL and RevPro have like a partnership working together. Um, so
Yeah. How was that in terms of like not in terms of the experience of like getting there or them facilitating it, but like in terms of your relationship with Andy, your relationship with RevPro, in like how much confidence Andy's like put in you to like have these moments, be like you're the one going out to Mexico, like you're the one placing Mercedes Mone first, like
yeah.
that must make you feel great, like knowing that he holds you in such high regard.
Yeah, it's insane because obviously I'm probably a little bit biased because I work with RevPro, but I think even as a bystander, as a fan of professional wrestling, looking at the the promotions all across England, you would 100% you can't argue with it that RevPro is one of the top promotions here in the UK. And I feel like if you know the scene, if you're a worker and you know the scene, then RevPro is one of the companies that you're gonna work towards if you wanna be the best and be on the biggest stage. RevPro is one of the ones you work for. So to have the owner of that huge company that everyone looks to have um so much confidence in you to be, you know, a representative of the company is something that, you know, that I I find quite overwhelming actually. Because the opportunities is able to offer me is something that I didn't ever think I'd be able to say that I have done. Like I'd never thought I'd be able to say I went to Mexico and wrestled in stadiums in Mexico or wrestle one of the biggest superstars in the wrestling world. You know, I never thought I'd be able to say that, but he's made it happen.
Yeah, no, and that's great. And again, like this thing, like I feel like we know that Andy is very like picky about who he chooses to wrestle. Like you've got to be like of a certain ability to do it.
Yeah.
And again, like you've proven that you were. I think a lot of people knew you were before you started doing that, but like, yeah, you've proven that you were. Like you've got these opportunities from it, and it shows. I think it's just a beautiful testament to that hard work and perseverance pays off.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, yeah, I think you smashed it. I think you smashed it. But again, like there's been way more that we could delve into. I realize that we're running short on time, but we're gonna get into a little fun feature to sort of close things out. Uh,
Yes.
so I'm gonna have you, Kanji. This could be a tough one, I think. This is gonna be a tricky one because there's a lot of coming at it. I'm gonna have you build your dream indie wrestler.
Okay.
So it can be from like indies in the as long as they're not signed, although we have a couple of Leon Slater's the exception. You're allowed to say Leon Slater because he's still our boy. Uh, but apart from that, yeah, indie wrestlers. I'm gonna like do you like a like a WWE 2K like stat sheet, like speed and stuff like that.
Okay.
I want you to pick a wrestler for each thing. You
Okay.
can't pick the same wrestler twice.
Oh, okay.
but you can say yourself if you want.
Oh, okay.
No. So this could prove tricky, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So we'll say the first stat I want you to pick is speed.
Speed. Speed. Um, I think I'd have to say Callum Newman.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
a speed king, right?
yeah. He's a pacey boy.
Yeah. And he can go.
He can go. He's smashing it at the minute as well. He's another one just doing absolute bits.
I know. And he is a big, strong boy now. And he can still move that fast.
It's very good. It's very different from the Callum Newman that left.
Yeah.
Like you look now and you're like, bloody hell, when did that?
He's a grown ass man.
Love that. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I like it. The next one is strength.
Strength. I think I'd have to go with. I'm gonna go for two. I'm gonna first say my trainer Sticks because look at the size on him. Um, and he's been wrestling for what, like 24 years. Well, I think he had his first match in 2021. No, 2001. Sorry. Um, so he knows his way around throwing people around. So I'd say him. But in terms of wrestling now, I'd say Rio.
Yeah.
He is weirdly strong.
Oh no, I don't think it's weirdly. I think she's like you look at her and like she's jacked and you're like,
He is. It's so impressive what she looks like. And I always say, Rio, your legs are insane. I'd love to have legs like Rio because they're so strong as well. Like, it's not just they look amazing. She is so strong.
you need the arms to match though. Like you don't. I'll be real. I think it would look kind of odd if you came out and like top half was you and bottom half was just Rio's legs. I'd be like, what's happening here?
Just leg day every day.
It's been like neglecting everything else. It's been all legs whole year. That's it. That's your year off. You take a year off, just build legs.
Build legs.
Snack like
My dedication to get legs like Rio.
that's the journey. That's the top of the bucket list now. Apparently now second. The top of the bucket list is legs like Rio.
Legs like Rio.
Amazing. The next one is a lot of choice out there. The next one is charisma.
Oh, charisma. Oh, let's see. I would say James Ellis.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. I think he's got his character down. Like, he knows exactly who he is, what he's there for, and what his job is. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he never turns it off. As soon as he goes through that curtain, it doesn't stop until he gets backstage.
Yeah.
And I think that's a rare find in wrestling nowadays.
Yeah. No, he brings it. I love James. James is a great guy as well.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. That is a good shout. The next one is technical ability.
Oh, actually, I thought about this because I've seen you tag me in quite a few people referencing
A
me.
lot of people have said you.
I love that, that actually really makes my day every time I see it. So I'm so grateful for that. But I think I'm going to have to say two because I'm going to have to say Jordon Breaks because it's a no-brainer. But also, I'm going to say Chris Ridgway because I've learned to him a lot in terms of technical wrestling. And he's given me so much advice, so much feedback, and so much help when it comes to the technical side of wrestling and the psychology behind technical wrestling as well. So I definitely have to say Chris Ridgway as well.
Chris is like one of those ones that I feel like is rated high, but it's still underrated. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
really fully see and appreciate everything he's brought to the scene.
I agree.
Like, he's a talent. He's a great guy.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. The next one is a high flying ability.
Oh, high flying. That's something I don't do anymore.
I don't know. I mean, like anyone who saw that match you had with Bullet would argue that you did fly a lot, but it wasn't of your own accord.
Wasn't my choice. I would say maybe Leon Cage.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because he's high flyer, but he's also like a really strong ground wrestler. He's like a powerhouse as well. And I think it's a great balance, but his ability to be a high flyer is very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's the recklessness of the youth that he's got.
Honestly, I don't know how he does some of the stuff he does. It's impressive. But
He's
yeah,
very
let's blame it on
Hey,
you.
you wait till he grows up. When he becomes an actual adult, then
It will all stop.
oh,
I hope not.
I hope not too, but he is disgustingly young. Just very upsetting.
And he's great. He's
Yeah,
so great.
he's so good. He is so good. The next one is promo ability.
Who was I thinking of about a promo recently? I was thinking of someone who's fantastic at promos.
There's a lot of good promos.
There are.
Even like if you would take like the three main places you work, like RevPro, Resurgence, Attack, there's like 5 or 6 great promos there.
Yeah. Who would it be? Um, I want to say this is like a. I think like this might be unexpected.
Mm.
But I think Spike Trevay is very good in the way he presents himself in promos. Most of the time, because of his character, he's he's just like very calm. But I feel like the way he's able to tell a story and take the watchers and listeners on a journey through one promo in terms of emotion and the tone of his voice and even the pacing of a promo is storytelling in itself.
Yeah.
Um, and I always love a good promo from Spike Trevay.
Yeah, that's a great shout. That is a great, again, underrated, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like it. The next one is ring gear.
Oh, ring gear. I haven't thought about this one, Ring gear.
There's a lot of good ring gear. There's a lot of great ring gear.
There is. Do you know what? Actually, Alexis Falcon has recently debuted a new set of gear, and she's got an amazing cloak that goes with it. And I think, I think it'll have to be Alexis Falcon. Actually, I don't think it would suit me, but
But for this fancy wrestler we're building,
yeah, I think she's got top tier gear right now.
yeah. Can you imagine Rio's legs coming out of Alexis's gear? That's it.
That's the one, isn't it? That's the one.
Then you know it works. There you go. Brilliant. Only a couple more. The next one is finisher.
Finisher.
I'm wondering if you're going to pick yourself here because yours is pretty fantastic.
I mean, I've got quite a few finishers though. That's
You actually, yeah. To be fair, you mix it up a bit, don't you?
yeah, I do. Oh, who would I say? I think this is tough.
It's a tricky one. Again, there's a lot of good finishers.
Yeah. Do you know what I will say though? I love Rain's finisher, the Lion Tamer.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is, but the way she puts it on and the intensity that she has, it looks disgusting. I think it's great.
There are a lot of those, aren't there? Like Reigns. Like I feel like Oku's as well, where like
Yeah.
on like big stages in like big companies, they're sort of just used as generic moves, and so you sort of like lose that power. But then when they do them, you're like, shit, this is vicious.
This is a finisher.
Yeah, like they know how to get it over.
100%, yes.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good shout. That's a good shout. And that leads us to the final one, which is entrance.
Oh, entrance. I feel like the one we would always go to is Cara.
Yeah.
Because everybody's mesmerized when Cara comes out. And I remember during the Progress tapings, and I was watching one of the chapters back when it was Cara was having a feud with Spike Trevay. And I've never been so angry at a modern wrestler in my life. Maybe the last time I was so angry with a wrestler was when I was like watching William Regal in WWE or JBL. And I used to hate them so much because they're such a heel. And this kind of brought that hatred back to me when I was watching this match. So Spike Trevay had come out. I was on commentary for a Cara Noir match because they're in a feud. Spike Trevay's on commentary and Cara's music hits. And obviously it's all um like it gets you all in the feels, doesn't it? And Spike Trevay does not stop talking over his music on commentary. I'm like, shut up! Like, stop talking. And he's there just talking over it, disrespectfully, calling Cara, saying, look, he looks stupid, look at him. And I'm like, shut up. And I was getting, honestly, because he talks like the whole entrance, at first I was like, oh, it's funny because it's a character. But it got to the point where Cara's in the ring and he's still going on. And I just felt this rage inside me. And I was like, this is like how you do it. This is a real heel. Like, he got me.
Yeah, nobody interrupts Cara.
No. And he really works me. And I was fuming. And I was so ready for this Cara and Spike match afterwards.
There we go. To talk about Cara and Spike, and Lee, if you're watching this needs to be Kanji and Spike. There's a lot of rage, but there's years of rage built up.
Honestly, waited so long.
Let me at it. Yeah. I mean, we mentioned progress. Before we wrap up, I do want to go on, because again, like, progress is somewhere, again, you had a great run. You had a great storyline with Nina Samuels. I thought that was brilliant. And like, she's fantastic to work with, I imagine. Like, everything that she offers the scene and what she's done. Like, I mean, I know it worked out for you. Was there a little remorse? Was there a little like bittersweetness in ending the Nina Samuels show at Progress?
100%. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you saw, but at the end of the match, I was like in tears because it's like, she means so much to all of us. Like, she's such a huge support network for everybody. And she's got like a huge brain for just wrestling that anybody can go to her and she'll be able to make it 10 times better because of just how she understands wrestling. And I feel like up until the moment when the bell rang, that's when it hit me and I'm like, oh my God, like, this is the end. And I got so emotional and I was crying. And I was like looking at her and she was just like still in character. And I'm like, I can't believe this. So even when we got backstage, I was like such a mess because it is sad. It's so sad. And I didn't think I'd feel like that at the end. I really thought like it's a story, it's part of the story. But no, I felt so much stronger than I ever thought I did. And I think that tells you a lot about who Nina is.
Yeah, that you can hate her so much but still love her so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Nina's one of those ones that, like, I equate to, if you look at like the guys that like came back when NXT UK folded, and like guys that like came back full time to this scene.
Yeah.
And like, I'd put her with like a Boar and a Flash and a Mandries in terms of those ones that like came back and it felt like they were making it 100% about everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, they were using all that experience to show everyone else what to do and how to get over and how to be the best they could be. And I think that's what I love about Nina, is that like, it's felt like she's all about raising everyone else up, even though she wants to be the star of the show.
She's always the star of the show. But she knows she's the star of the show. Yeah, I agree. I think she definitely, I mean, I don't think she ever stopped bringing her expertise when she was signed. But I think she definitely came back, and because she was able to wrestle us, she was able to give us more of an experience of what she's learned and what it takes, to be in that position. And she's not got a selfish bone in her body. She doesn't, honestly.
Yeah. No, love Nina. Big love for Nina.
Yeah.
We'll still in the ring. But other than that, Great, well done.
Yes, thanks, Nina.
Before we're about you, one more tiny thing I've got to bring up. I know you've not been at Eve for a while,
No.
but like looking at it from afar, what have you made of everything they've done this year? 'Cause
I'm so proud of what Eve has become, honestly, because I feel like I remember I don't know if this is something that I should be saying, but I remember there being a time a few years ago where Dan was struggling a little bit with I think he I think he was struggling with his health or something, but he just wasn't in a positive state about Eve at all, and we all felt it. Um, and I think there were things in our heads where we're thinking, "Is Eve gonna last?" And that was heartbreaking to feel because of how much how much Eve means to not just British wrestling, but to the women who are involved in British wrestling. In fact, not just the women, but you know, the women, the gays, the theys, like all of it, everybody. It means so much. And so to think that there could be an end to that is it honestly is utterly heartbreaking. So to see Eve do this huge turnaround and for them to be having a show at the O2 and to see the girls so happy. Like I remember when they announced the O2 and I messaged Dan and I just congratulated him and I said, "You're making it's so nice to see the girls so happy and you're getting so much success with Eve." Um, because it's exactly what it deserves. And I think it's great to see Eve getting places and, you know, making huge movement. But just to see the girls there so happy, it just it honestly it makes my heart so happy to see.
yeah. Yeah, no, of course. Like again, it's been great. It's been a brilliant journey for them the last sort of couple of years. What about Kanji at the O2? I know you couldn't tell me even if it was, but like
I mean, I wanna be there to watch, whether I'm on the show or not. I definitely wanna be a part of the community to be able to say I was there because it's huge.
Dan will tell you if you ask him that like the one match I badger him all about like every single time. Every time he's like in like the Discord or something, he's like, "Oh, there's an announcement." I'm like, "Oh, it better be this match," because the match that I count more than any is that I want to see you against Jessica Troy,
Oh, yes.
and that's like in my mind that's like top three dream match for me.
I would love it. I would really love it.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like if you want to pay for the flight, but yes, that's fine.
I wonder if we could get a deal with it with Chevs.
Yes, oh, bring it all over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll all pull in. It'll be great.
Yeah, come on.
Or just actually, no, they're not talking anymore, are they? They're
Oh,
animals, aren't they?
they are, yeah.
Before that would have been fine. Just bring her along in the suitcase, easy, simple.
Yeah, it'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Love that. I love that. Well, Kanji, thanks so much for taking the time to chat. I really appreciate it, and congratulations on all you've done the last year. Like
Thank you
genuinely,
very much.
as a fan watching, it's been incredible seeing the journey you've been on and everything you've done. And honestly, there's no one more deserving.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. That means so much. Wow, thank you.
You deserve it. You honestly do. You honestly do. And that leads us to our ending, which is always giving our guests the final word. So whether it's at RevPro or Resurgence or Attack or Progress or out in Mexico or hopefully over in Japan, fingers crossed. If anyone comes to a show that Kanji is on, why is Kanji going to steal the show?
Because can she do it? Yes, she can, G.
Yes, she can, G. Yes, she can, G. Love that. I love that. Well, actually, I was going to say I'll stop recording there, but I'm going to weave this bit in because I forgot to ask you our final question,
Yeah.
which is, well, we have a new segment on the channel where our last guest leaves a question for our next guest
Oh, no.
with zero context. So you're not allowed to let you know who left you the question, and this person didn't know they were going to be leaving you a question, so it's all really out of context. But the question you've been this is a really weird one. This is an odd one, but it's not like creepy odd. It's just really weird because I don't know how I ask it. But the question is, what was your favorite year and why?
My favorite year?
Yeah. I assume it means year because in my mind I was thinking, does it mean age? But I feel like it means year.
My favorite year? That's really tricky, actually.
a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
2025 got to be up there, right?
I would say so in terms of wrestling. Yeah.
But in terms of life,
See, this is tricky. This is really tricky.
you also it's actually a little rude question, isn't it? Because it means you got to age yourself somewhat as well.
I guess so. Oh
Like,
my gosh. Because I am trying to think of like big life accomplishments or like huge experiences that have happened in my life that have almost like changed who I am or made me the person who I am.
Mm.
It's tricky, actually. Do you know what? Actually, I feel like I don't know if it's my favorite year, but I'd say it's up there. It would be the year my mum got married, which wasn't last year, it was the year before.
Right.
Because I feel like to be able to see someone like your mum that you love so much with everything in your heart, to see her so happy and be able to stand there and confess her love to someone that means so much to you as well. I feel like that is something that has really changed my life and it's something that I'll never forget. So I think that's definitely up there. Like I've never been so proud of anything, experienced anything in my life than that moment.